A spouse is the female accomplice in marriage. She may likewise be alluded to as a mate. The term keeps on applying even after the spouse is isolated from the husband, and it just stops after a sanctioned separation. The spouse is known as a dowager after the demise of her significant other. A lady on her big day is generally depicted as a lady of the hour. After the wedding function, she is portrayed as a spouse. Her male accomplice is known as the preparer amid the wedding, and after the marriage is called her significant other. She is otherwise called the better 50% of her significant other. After marriage, the spouse turns into a piece of the family. She has the privilege to settle on choices for the family, being a piece of it. She has the rights to take an interest in every one of the events alongside her better half. She is legitimately bound to her significant other. She can take restorative choices for her significant other. She is likewise qualified for standardized savings if the spouse passes on. A spouse is the guardian of her significant other and her family. A spouse will dependably be with her significant other in her adventure of life. Spouse is a title and respect given to a wedded lady, and she appreciates every one of the rights with her better half and family. A sweetheart is a female collaborate with whom one is impractically and perhaps sexually included with. It can likewise allude to a female companion. The male accomplice in this relationship is known as a beau, and the female accomplice is known as a sweetheart. A sweetheart isn't legitimately limited to her beau by law or the general public. She is a person in the relationship. She doesn't have any duties of her beau on her, for example, dealing with him or dealing with the youngsters, and so on. She isn't compelled by a solemn obligation to go to his family matters, as she has no rights over them. A sweetheart can get isolated from her beau with no legitimate prerequisites. The expression sweetheart and young lady companion has a few distinct implications. For instance, when the term young lady companion is utilized by a man, it just implies that the man and the lady are companions with no sentimental or sexual meanings in their relationship. Their relationship is non-romantic. It is utilized now and again to maintain a strategic distance from perplexity. However, it's anything but a run the show. In this article, the term sweetheart is utilized and depicted as a lady who is involved with a man who she may not be locked into. The expression sweetheart does not really infer a sexual relationship, but rather is frequently used to allude to a young lady or lady who is dating a man she might possibly wed without showing whether she is engaging in sexual relations with him. Consider one of the inquiries underneath for a minute. In the event that you're hitched, how is the young lady you dated not the same as the lady you wedded? On the off chance that you're single or dating, how would you need the lady you wed to be not the same as the young lady you're dating? What contemplations strike a chord? I wager you have a couple of contemplations. I additionally do. In the wake of being hitched for more than 3 years to my wonderful spouse, L can affirm that the young lady L dated is not quite the same as the lady I'll gladly call my significant other. She has unquestionably enhanced in ways I never envisioned, and to improve things. In the event that you experience dating in your marriage travel, you will inescapably think back to understand the young lady you dated is not the same as the lady you're hitched to. To clear up, L don't mean she would turn into a fresh out of the box new individual. What L mean is that her needs and point of view about existence in marriage will enhance from multiple points of view. Ideally, to improve things. In any case, the lady you wed won't be the same as the young lady you dated. 1. The young lady you date does not have any desire to meet your family or companions. She needs all of you to herself. The lady you wed needs to know your family and companions. She knows without them, you would not be the place you are, and your identity today. 2. The young lady you date is excessively stressed over her nails being done constantly, her eyelashes looking in a specific style, and being lovely for her associates. Her physical magnificence is critical to her. The lady you wed isn't excessively stressed over her nails being finished. Rather, she is stressed over being excellent for her man, regardless of whether that implies wearing no cosmetics. She centers around her inside excellence in character building, since she knows genuine magnificence originates from inside. 3. The young lady you date just thinks about her vocation and her vision forever. She precedes their relationship, and does not make her future arrangements in light of you. The lady you wed thinks about your profession and your vision of life and also her own. She knows you additionally have an arrangement and cooperates with you to accomplish the objectives you both have. The marriage is her need. 4. The young lady you date cherishes the money-related pad you can give. She additionally expects something back at whatever point she gives. The lady you wed needs to assemble a money-related pad with you. She trusts that two heads will dependably be superior to one. When she gives, she doesn't expect anything back. 5. The young lady you date trusts she knows everything. The lady you wed is available to gaining some new useful knowledge, and knows there is dependably opportunity to get better. 6. The young lady you date is frightened to reveal to you her most profound mysteries. The lady you wed will impart her most profound insight or facts to you, regardless of whether it implies losing you. She confides in you, and offers everything with you. She knows trustworthiness is dependably the best approach. 7. The young lady you date does not get amped up for marriage in youngsters, regardless of whether she needs to have somebody day. The lady you wed gets amped up for marriage and beginning a family with you. 8. The young lady you date demonstrates her cleavage constantly. The lady you wed is more unassuming on the grounds that she knows her characteristics are for your eyes, as it were. 9. The young lady you date isn't worried about cooking for you. The lady you wed cherishes to cook, as well as picks flavorful and sound suppers. The path to a man's heart is through his stomach, all things considered, isn't it so? 10. The young lady you date is excessively worried about to what extent you will be near, and how she can keep you. The lady you wed isn't excessively worried about keeping you since she knows you need to have a future with her. She is developed enough to know you can never constrain somebody to stay and that you each need to pick each other consistently, over and over. 11. The young lady you date isn't willing to trade off with you. The lady you wed will bargain, and considers trade-off to be a need for a sound marriage. 12. The young lady you date blossoms with steady consideration from you. The lady you wed mirrors your friendship and blossoms with giving you the adoration, support, and regard you require. 13. The young lady you date endeavors to change your identity and analyzes you to her ex. The lady you wed acknowledges you for your identity and won't contrast you with her ex. She knows you are the best and that you can't change someone else regardless of how hard you attempt. 14. The young lady you date must be engaged. The lady you wed is somebody you can mess around with, unwind, do exercises, or do nothing together and still appreciate.